What's up, everybody? And today we are doing another thing that's different. So I will just be not like reacting. I'm not gonna say like reacting, but like I don't know how to describe it. But we're going to be like looking at um the results of the EU Fall Invitational. Yeah. So I've got it up here. You can't see it yet, so I'll just say it just because it's sort of like a podcasty thing, but not a podcast. So, getting through, you've got Cade Corp, Evil Geniuses, Team Vitality, Oxygen, G1, Liquid, Williams Resolve, and Solary. I kind of expected K Corp and Oxygen to get in. Uh, the other teams, I am fairly shocked, yet not always. So, Evil Geniuses, that's a shock to get in 3 and to beat BDS, that is good. Vitality, they did well. They sort of had a sort of an easy matchup. Oxygen, yeah, like I said, they should have got through. It was unlucky that they lost to K Corp, but they beat Liquid to get through in round 4. And then the next 4 teams are G1, Team Liquid, Williams, and Solary. G1 I was quite surprised about because, well, I didn't think that they would have got through, but they actually did quite well. So they beat Liquid, lost to Vitality, beat Monkeys and Solary. So congrats to them. Liquid, they are probably one of my favourite teams in EU, just because I used to follow BS Plus competition, and then a Chronic went to Liquid, so now I follow them. Yeah, so they did unlucky in round 1 and round 4 because they lost to G1 and Oxygen. Yet in round 5, they managed to beat BDS clean sweep, so I'll be honest, I was not expecting them to even win a game against BDS. Yeah, I was proven completely wrong, so that went well for them. And then another surprise was Quadrant. So Quadrant, I think, are like at the minute they're like one of the top teams in Europe, and to not even get through into the Fall Invitational, was it quarterfinals? That is quite poor, especially being clean swept by Team Liquid. Now Williams Resolve, I'm going to be honest, I was so shocked. Like, I could have been the most shocked person ever when I saw that they had got through, because they lost to K Corp, so that was sort of understandable. But in game 5, so that is not bad. Beat Sonics, then they beat BDS. Now, I would say 3 weeks ago, I never heard of them, and so beating BDS 3-1 in games, congratulations. I am still stunned. And then they lost to Vitality, that was quite sad. And then they beat Moist Esports 3-2. If you're a Moist fan, you won't be too happy about this. If you're a Williams Resolve fan, you will be amazed at this, literally. Because I do not have them in any of my top slots, yeah. And then you have Solary. Solary, I think, they played well, I think. They didn't play every game well, yet they played well. Because the 2 games they lost were K Corp and G1, they were both clean sweeps, so they could have improved there, but who am I to say? I'm only Diamond 1. Yeah, but they did beat Moist, Quadrant, and Monkeys though, so well done. Now, into the people who did not make it into the quarterfinals. So, Moist lost to Solary, Heat, and Williams Resolve, but they beat Sonics and Quadrant. Monkeys, yeah, they lost. BDS, disappointing. They're world champions, and they're not doing too well. Yeah. And Tundra again, because I've not been following a ton of Rocket League from after the World Championship, so I don't know about the team changes and stuff. So I've not heard of a few of these teams. And then at the bottom, Quadrant going out in round 4, beating Heat, losing to Solary, losing to Liquid, and then losing to Moist. Quadrant are supposed to be one of the best, and they're not doing it. But I mean, it's an invitational, and everyone plays well in this because it's the final chance to get into the major, and you want to do well. So I guess they might have just had an off day. Heat, I've heard of them, but I've never seen them play, and I don't know who's in them. Aogiri, I have seen play. They got like reverse swept in games. In the like I think not last invitational, last regional, I think, yeah. And then Aogiri got swept out of the tournament, and Sonics, who won 2 games. Yep. Now, if just give me a minute, guys. I'm just gonna go to the actual major to see who's in it. Major. Okay, so in the major you have K Corp, Oxygen, Quadrant got in, and then you still got 2 more EU teams. Genji, FaZe Clan, V1, SSG, G2, Pioneers, OCE still being decided. The Club, Team Secret, Falcons, and James Cheese. This is going to be a fairly tough one, actually. So, Falcons and SSG are playing each other round 1. And so that's the only matchup there. However, my predictions, judging from like the people that are in, so I'm not going to just like say it yet. I'm gonna say James Cheese will not be getting through because I think they're great in their region, APAC. Yeah, I don't think they're good like internationally, so that's why I'm gonna say they won't get through. Secret, I don't think will get through. Pioneers, I don't think will get through. G2, okay, so I'll go from the top, so just forget about that, I'll go from the top. So, K-Corp, it depends. I think they'll get through. I think they'll get like 6th or 5th, one of them. So, yeah. Oxygen Esports, I've just seen like their actual like who's on the team as Archie, Ole, and Jurias, but I think that no wonder they're in because I think the players are actually good. So I think that they'll probably get like 3rd. However, if on the day they're not playing well, then I think they'll go out in round 5. So they won't go out immediately. Quadrant, I don't know what to say. So they'll either bounce back from their disappointing in Regional 3, and they will do amazing, or they will just collapse under the pressure and they will just lose, go out in round 3. Still 2 EU teams to be decided. Genji, I honestly think that they will win it all. I don't know. I'm not sure about Worlds. Yeah, I think they will win this full major. I'm gonna say 80%. I think Genji will win. FaZe Clan, I think they'll get semis, get knocked out by either Genji or FaZe or SSG. I don't know yet. V1, I'm gonna say V1 get through, but only by the skin of their teeth. Like they'll just like clip someone in round 5, go out, and then they'll lose in the quarterfinals. SSG, I'll be honest, I don't follow SSG that much anymore because I was a Retals fan, and then Retals has gone to Optic, and I follow them now. So I'm gonna say that they will get in because they are a very strong team in the NA. So I'm gonna say they'll probably get into semis, but it depends who they're playing in the semis. If they're playing someone that they can beat, they're going to finals easy. G2, I don't think they'll get out of the Swiss stage. I think that, I don't know why, but I think that they've not been performing as well as they used to because they came 2nd in the world championships, and now they haven't been as dominant as you would think they would be now. Pioneers, I saw this team play in the wild card, and they just lost like 4-1 to SSG. So they're probably the best in the OCE, but same with James Cheese. I think they're good in like their region, yet they aren't as good as everyone else in the world. So yeah, OC Sunisi. Now the club again. I watched them play against Furia, and SSG. I think that they have lots of potential, and so I think they will get. Hang on. So I either think that they will go through in round 4, or they will go out in round 4. It just depends how they play. Secret, I don't think they'll do well. I think they'll go out in 3, so they won't do well. Falcons, I think the same. They won't do well just because KRN did well, didn't they? Yeah, and then Rule 1, so they've done well. So yeah, and then James Cheese, like I said, I don't think they will do well internationally, but I think they will do well in their region. So yeah, so those are my predictions. Also, if you want to know, my favourite team is probably going to be Optic Gaming, as my decal is Optic Gaming. So yeah, so anyway guys, have a great day and tune in for the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell. I'm not going to force you, but it's up to you. And please, thank you.